Hi everyone. Do you like my pile of trash or is it fashion? What do you think? The fashion industry dumps nearly 2 billion tons of CO2 each year. Small, medium enterprises, they lack the tools to make any type of changes. But what if the blueprint to fix fashion's waste it exists and we're not using it? Could a Sri Lanka-based factory refine global circularity? Let's explore Brandex. How do they treat circularity as business as usual and why its playbook can become an industry standard? I'm Daniela Platt. I focus on consumer behavior and am a sustainability advocate. Don't work for Brandex, but I believe their circular model could be a blueprint our entire industry should look at. Why are we even here? Well, as you can see, waste is everywhere. We see it, we measure it. Fast fashion is dominating. Circularity lags. Small and mid-sized brands are struggling to keep up. Consumers say they want better, more sustainable fashion, but at checkout, price still wins. We're not here to admire the problem. We're here to share a model that's already working, one that aligns with the sustainability development goals of the UN and offer a real roadmap forward. Because Brandex, they are not just solving the problem for themselves. They're building a scalable system the entire industry can look to. So, who is Brandex? Take a look at their factory. This is their factory in Sri Lanka. They're focused on building sustainability. It's not a brand, it's part of their core operations. As a vertically integrated powerhouse, circularity is their baseline for business. Through their pillars of air, water, and earth, their framework swaps fossil boilers for biomass, blankets roofs with solar, recycles gray water, and diverts fashion right back into the value stream. These advances, they sit really well with the larger brands who can afford it, but the small, medium factories, and as well as our planet, you and me, we're going to be the ones who are footing this bill. So right now, here's the reality. We have challenges. Fabric waste ends in landfills and oceans. Smaller factories, as we talked about, they can't afford the technology, sustainability solutions. Government policies and local utilities can be slow to catch up. But here's the thing, here's the opportunity. Brandex knows how to install solar panels, recycle water, and meet consumer demand for sustainability. Even more, they know how to help these small, mid-sized factories do it also for duplication. I suggest and we propose that sharing that expertise through what's called Brandex in a Box has a chance to lead the industry forward to close this sustainability and circularity gap. Our roadmap aligns with the 8 UN goals, the Sustainability Development Goals. The two we're going to spotlight for the moment are SDG 12, which makes circular production normal, as well as SDG 13 to cut the fashion carbon bill, which is pretty huge, all while looking at the complete 8 SDG goals, which are embedding training, gender equality, clean energy, and partnerships throughout. What is inside the Brandex in a Box? Well, inside this, we are proposing a sustainable blueprint for responsible manufacturing. Think about it like plug and play. It's a toolkit for sustainable manufacturing that Brandex has proven success at. They're able to create, and now they're opening it up to partners all over Mexico, Central America, to the US to duplicate and advance their principles closer to home. Included, we're going to unpack it in a second, buyer partnerships, workforce well-being, and circularity as a service. So let's start with buyer partnership and the innovation suite. Pathway one is about access. Right now, next generation materials, they are only available to the top tier brands who are able to pay for it. But what we're proposing here is through Brandex rollout of their in a box program, small, medium enterprises to luxury and sourcing teams will be able to tap into shared innovations like Sycora, which repurposes polyester, cotton, repurposed from cellulose, and even Clean Cloud, which is Soul Technology, a combination created by a mix between Allbirds as well as Ons. It's a Brandex as the connector and the educator. We'll build shared tools, run pilots, and use data dashboards to measure SDG alignment to be scalable, not exclusive. In our second pathway that we're proposing with Brandex in a Box, we're looking towards workforce well-being and upscaling. Brandex has been successful with education, gender equality, and well-being for their immediate workforce. And we're looking towards them to package that into a playbook that's shareable. Why? Well, this means better retention, stronger communities, and more resilient factories. The last pathway we're going to look at today is called circularity as a service, where Brandex will turn waste into raw material and revenue, and how can local factories take advantage of this? Less than 1% of the clothing actually becomes new clothing. So through circularity as a service, Brandex is going to work with brands on textile recovery hubs to turn post-consumer waste into products. Think about this as reverse logistics. From factory scraps to post-consumer returns, everything is tracked, processed, and reborn, cutting emissions and also driving revenue. How is this measurable? Well, Brandex has proven that this is not a dream. These metrics are already in motion through their pillars of air, water, and earth. Through the air pillar, it's on track for 30% reduction of emissions by 2027, thanks to biomass, solar, and LED upgrades. Through their water pillar, aimed towards 100% circularity by 2027 with gray water reuse. And the earth pillar, it is showing a 90% anticipated fabric recovery program. They're using Sycora, which is polyester, Circulose, which is cotton, and other closed pilot loop programs. Another thing to look at, upskilling, as we talked about, enriches access to education and healthcare while retaining talent. And lastly, we think it's really important that Brandex have a global ecosystem supplier hub of partners to supply and create better next generation material. Why? Well, here's the bottom line. Here's all 8 goals of the sustainability development. The bottom line is circularity. It should not be a luxury. It is a need. And Brandex is showing us how to run it through the tools they have and through their repackaging duplication programs. So how does this help stakeholders? Where do the stakeholders step in? Well, sustainability really only works if every single person moves it forward. And here are our rings to show advancement of all the stakeholders and people involved. It only works in circles and everybody takes a part of it. Every layer of the value chain has to advance. Workers gain training, leaders see lower emissions. Suppliers gain access to innovation, communities access cleaner water, and beyond. This isn't just supply, it's shared values, and Brandex is going to be linking it together through Brandex in a Box. Internally, well, the internal teams, you see immediate benefit for employees, managers, and teams. Workers gain access to childcare, literacy, upscaling, clearer KPIs, and real-time impact with better dashboards. Externally, whether you're a supplier or a community, even consumers see real transparency. Externally, this plan meets consumers and partners where they are. It all has to come together. But how do we keep the engine going forward? No plan ever is going to stay the same without engagement. So here's where Brandex also is going to step in and lead with quarterly summits, partner training, and providing more playbooks, as well as a public dashboard for showing how each action on the ladder goes towards better achievement of the sustainability development goals. This blueprint, it is alive and it will continue to evolve. So to quote one of our data scientists who focus on sustainability, Hannah Ritchie, in her TED Talk, she gave a nod to, we've inherited progress and it's our job to protect it and push it forward. We've inherited this world and that is our job. Brandex in a Box is that. It's progress. It cuts emissions, it boosts equity, it powers partnerships, and it's designed to be shared for global circularity, aligned with the 8 SDGs that we spoke about, and is built for replication. So to go back, that's my final thought. What do we think? Is this trash? Is it fashion? What can we do about it? Now, if the blueprint to fix fashion's waste exists, you now know about it. All right, what are you going to do? Are you going to act? If your head is nodding up and down, I know you're with me. I'm Janelle Platt, and while I don't work for Brandex, I believe their circular model could be a blueprint as an industry standard. Shall we pilot the program, license the tools, or scale for impact? Thank you so much. Please let me know if you have any questions. And here are my citations.